Hey guys, Philip here, and today you can see I've had a much better day here with the horse race trading. Okay, you can ignore the football scores here. So that here in the horse racing one here, you can see I've had a £14 profit today. Okay, which is great. I did make a bit of a blunder on this one here. Okay, at Ludlow, but again, the prices shot through me, and I was a bit slow on getting out and so on. So again, I talk about that in there and talk about how sometimes goes against you. Recognize your mistake. I didn't have a stop loss, or I didn't react fast enough, or I misread the market twice actually, but it's no big deal. And in the rest of the racing here, I made a few good calls. I made a few bad calls. Right, that's the whole point of this here, to show you what I'm doing here, and for you to learn from these mistakes. Understand that trading in the wrong way sometimes is okay as long as you're learning. And the good thing now is you can see here now that my average wins are increasing. Right, which is good. So when I got this £2.60 loss here, my next race was £2 profit. Okay, whereas before I had like a 20p profit, 30p profit, 40p profit, and then suddenly a £2 loss, which was disproportionately large. Okay, and if I bring over this Excel sheet here from if you click on here, if you go to here to download to Excel or spreadsheet, you can see now that. My average win so far over the 37 races, my average win is £1.54. My average loss is £2.03. So you can see now I know what my average win needs to be and what my average loss needs to be, and I'm still profitable. You can see here I've got a strike rate of 64%, okay, or 65%. These here are scratches, whereas it's 0. So you can see here out of 37, I've got 24 right, 11 wrong, and 2 scratches. Okay, and the rest, I didn't trade, right. So this means here now I've got a teeny tiny little edge in the market. So what I can do now, if I just focus in on this here, this is probably average. This is probably the one that's the most important here. I need to reduce my losses, okay? Because so far I've had this one here, the £10 one, and a couple of these £3 ones here, and I think I had two £3 ones. So these two here, where I doubled down my losses. This one here, where I just took a bit of a gamble. This one here, I was a bit sulky and whingy, and I'll just let stop us get taken, whatever, right? So if you take these two away, right, and if you reduce this here to £1 and £1, suddenly my average loss here reduced significantly, okay? And that means my slight winning edge here of having a 65% strike rate becomes a huge deal, okay? And now the fun starts, because now, guys, what you can do is now we're in the positive. Now we've got £1,011, right? What you can do now is start slowly increasing your stakes and slowly numbing yourself to that. Okay, so now if you take this here and say 1,011 19 pence, times that by 1%. Okay, now you can increase your staking amount to to £10 and 11p. Okay, which doesn't sound like a lot, but what's happening there is when you then do another 20 trades, another 30 trades, another 40 trades, if I can keep this strike rate, right, and keep this winning average, but reduce this here, then I know I'm in profit. Okay. And this is very valuable. And now you have this number here because you have the you're building up a catalog of data here about yourself, about your trades, and you can look at individual numbers and you remember those races. And that, guess what you can do? You can go back and rewatch them and learn from that. Okay, that's why this is so powerful. And so this means now that if I can reduce this here to £1 and keep this strike rate, then I know I'm winning. I'm winning. Doesn't matter what happens. If I have a winning trade, a losing trade, it doesn't matter. I've got my edge. Okay, and that's why whenever I lose and so on, I always say, it doesn't matter, right? Because I know I've got an edge. Okay, and this here becomes very powerful. Now, if you go back here over the last, when did we start this here? 20th. It was 20th, right? Yeah. So if I go back here now, again, you can ignore these football trades here. Here's what horse trades here. Right, come here, download the spreadsheet, and actually do the numbers, right? And you start seeing this here, and you go, oh my god, okay, so now actually 64 strike rate, 30% loss rate, and these losses here, when you look at the actual number here, if you take away this £10, right, I was just acting silly. Suddenly this here goes, it's quite, it's pretty good, right? So if I reduce it here to 0, look what happens to this number here. Suddenly it's halved. And you think, oh, crap, I've got an edge. Perfect. Okay. So then suddenly So this is what it's all about, right? So you want to look at these numbers here, play around with them, and you can start back testing yourself. Okay, you can say, well, if I didn't make that silly mistake, what would happen now? I would have a much bigger edge, and I'd be a profitable trader in the long term. Okay, so that's why this is so powerful. So with that in mind, guys, I'll now jump in here. I'll show you my trades today. I'll show you every single one. I made a few big mistakes, and I made a few good calls, and I made some profits, and it's all good, right? As always, guys, please don't nitpick over every last detail, every last millisecond of what I say and what I do, because this is live. Okay, it's raw and edited, and I'm sure if you were trading yourself, you would have many, many things that you would not want others to see because it's embarrassing. But I don't care. I want you to see. Okay, so we'll jump in here and we'll keep pushing forward. And any questions, let me know in the questions, and we'll keep doing small trades. But as always, guys, please make sure you watch the other videos here to understand what I'm doing. Also, this one here, what we learned so far is very important. It's very important to also watch, but before you watch this playlist here, watch this one here, the primer. This is what I'm explaining why I'm doing this here, okay? So you understand. Many people are leaving comments not understanding that I'm doing this for a reason. People think I'm a shit trader, when in fact, I'm anything but people don't understand because they haven't got the patience to watch these videos and understand what I'm doing here. So watch this playlist first, then watch this one here, okay, and watch everything through so you understand what I'm doing and you can learn something here, okay? As I said before, now I've got my edge here, 65% strike rate, my average wins are increasing, my average losses are reducing heavily, and now things are going to start moving forward, okay? So guys, thanks for watching, and let's dive in here and start trading. All right, guys, so let's get started here right away and just jump in and start trading, okay? So we're at Linkfield, and we're going to be trading, let's see, we've got these races here today, so I'll trade as many of these as I can, and we'll see how we get on, okay? So you can see here that this third horse here, the Pride of Spain, has come out from 5s or 4s, over to 10s or 9s, down again to 7s, and now it's back up again towards 10. So if this here crosses the 10, I'm probably going backside because I would assume it's probably going to come back down again. That's purely speculative because you can see there's no real money on the backside here. So we'll see. And you can see here the favourites came down and touched the 4 here a few seconds ago and it's back up again. This one's coming down to the bottom's range here. So again, I could go on the lay side here as purely a speculative thing. You can see now it's settling in here, stopping. And yeah, I'll go on the lay side here. Just a purely speculative thing. If it comes against me, I'll scratch it off straight away. my entry point wasn't great there. So yeah, I'll probably scratch off straight away just because my entry point was not in the wrong place there actually. But never mind. There we go. So you can see now stalling here, it's fine. The longer it stays there, the better, so that's all good. See now it's going against me again. I will leave that there now because you can see it's £200 there. The liquidity here you can see is very low. It's like sort of 9.20, 9.20, whatever. So I've still got another minute or so here before the 2 minute mark. Favors now coming out as well. Favors now come back down again, as you can see. This one looks like it might be coming back up again. So that's now been scratched. There's 5 more pounds to go. So that's fine. So you can see this one here is coming towards the bottom of this range here as well. But there's not much happening, is there? It's all quiet. See now this one's drifting up quite heavily. I'll jump on the backside here, see if I can get the scalp or the bounce. But I just missed it, it's just too slow. See this one here's coming down to 6s. We'll see if it comes through it. Okay, so See this one here looks like it might come through the 6. There's 300 sitting there. So if this one comes through the 6, I'll go on the lay side, I think. So you can see this one here, there's no money here at all, see that? No money sitting here. So this one here may continue to drift. But they're now loading up, so I need to see if I can do anything here real quick. But no, can't see anything, so I'll just jump in here and see if I can do better on the in play. I'll just minimize this here real quick. There you go. Okay. So it's a short race, so I'll be, if I do go on the backside, I'll go in and out really fast. So we're looking at stall number 1 and stall 6. So I'll come back in a second when they're all good to go here. Okay, so it looks like Musical Mysteries got withdrawn, I think. I think that's what you said. So he's had a good start there. So I'll jump in here on the back side on the Pride of Spain, because you can see he's right at the front there. So this one here will get matched in a second. Because you can see he's really going for it, right? So I've committed to £10 now, so that's totally fine. So I'm willing to risk that, because this point here, right, you can see the most likely outcome right now is that this price will come down and take my points here, okay? Because he's clearly running really well, right? And boom, there we go. So I will just take this one out as well, just to be a double sure. Okay. And I'll take the £2 profit there. You see Touchwood is on the front, on the outside there. Again, I could have gone backside here now, but it's not worth the £10 because it's so low. And yeah. Okay, so that's fine. And so I'll go back here again, and we'll jump onto the next one here. And just make sure that's the next one. Yep, cool, okay. Okay, so I'll come back in about 15 minutes, all right? Okay, so we're back here on the next one now. And you can see that this one here is kind of crashing in, number 3 here. It's 10 run a race, and Favourites hasn't really got much of the book as such. So you see this one here's come in. It's quite a bit of cash sitting here as well on the back side waiting. So if the 600 goes, then this will certainly come further in, I think. But we'll see how this goes. So I'll place a bet here, and I'll pop in a trade. I can pop in a trade here as well, because you can see right now there's £600 waiting here, so that can act as a little buffer. So if this does go against me, then there's quite a lot there waiting, and at this point here there's only what, 20, 30, 20 pounds we match at a time, or liquidity, so I have time here on my side. Okay, so let's see if I can scratch that off. And also with this, it's still 6 minutes here, so I've got time here on my side here on this one. So you see now it's gone against me here, but you can see it's £600 sitting here. Okay, so that means that right now it's more likely this will come back up again as opposed to keep coming down. Okay, but you know, I've been wrong many times before, so I could be wrong again. Okay, so now you can see there's £100 there, so that means that this is far more likely to be matched here as well. And this one here, I'll leave it here because that's at the bottom of his range there. So again, and I'm quite in a good Q position here as well. So that will act in my favor. And also you have the advantage here of the fact that it's just below the 4 mark here, which this one here means that it's more likely to drift than it's come in because for traders especially, it represents a bigger profit margin there. So we'll see if this here gets matched now. I'll hover over here just in case it goes against me again. If it goes against me again, I'll probably scratch it off, just to be safe. Remember, in these races here, I'm being much more ruthless with my scratching. So I'll scratch it. If I miss it, then that's fine. Because you can see now that this one here is coming out a little bit as well. And you can see there's nothing. You're not seeing much being matched on the lay side there. So that's not good. Okay, so I'd imagine it'd be taking a second now. Nope. Okay, you know what? I'll scratch it. Scratch, be safe. That way it's all hunky dory. If you're not entirely sure, just scratch it and then you are safe. You can see this one here is drifting off, and you can see there's no money here at all. So I'm gonna jump on lay side here on this one. See if I can take a longer position here. I'll allow myself a £1 loss on this one because this one here seems to me like it may be drifting off because there's no money here sitting at all. Apart from this 100, there's nothing here. Okay, so I'll take the position here for a longer trade and see if I can take out 4 or 5 ticks profit there. And for this one here, I'm okay taking a bit of a loss in this one here, and also because I got a £2 profit on the last one. Okay. So I'll probably take this one here away. Maybe move up here. Okay, so you can see there, big trade come in. So I'll just take that 75p there just to get out. And this one here come down as well. I'll exit this here now because whenever a big trade comes in like that and pushes out like so, that was like 9 ticks. If you have an open position, then I tend to take them out just because things change, the market changes, right? Because whenever you get a big stake like that, push this one out here, push this one out there, this one here got a little nudge, this one here got a little nudge, suddenly things kind of change, right? So whenever you get a big stake coming in, it doesn't really matter how big it is. If it pushes things out, then just reset because the market momentum can shift. And also because you can see it looks like number 9, which is this one here. He might be, is that the front runner there? I think he might be at the front there. It's either that one or that one. It's got a yellow hat, so that's that one. So he's actually lining up towards the front. See that? So this here now might actually be coming down in price. And again, that could be worth a little speculative £10 bet from my side because I've got the 75p sort of buffer here. So if I go on the backside here at 7.6, which I should have done there, then when this price comes down, right? We're still 2 minutes on the clock here, so I'm not going to do it yet. I'll wait because obviously it's still 2 minutes on before the off. But I do now know there's probably going to be a backing bias here, even if it's just temporary, right? So you can see the favourite's been crashing in. This one here is also crashing in here. I'm just going to listen to the commentators for a second and see what they're saying. So I'll pop in here for a quick scalp, I think. So that's been matched, for half of it's been matched. And I'll probably go on the lay side here on this one here as well. So I'll scratch that one off. Okay, so with 30 seconds on the clock here before they're off. And we'll see what we can do here. So previously, in the previous videos, I was saying that if I'm going in play and doing a £10 bet, I'm going to take at least a £5 profit. Now, obviously, there are exceptions to that if you see something that is very, 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 very likely to happen, right? And for example, here now with this race here, you can see number 9 is lying towards the front here. So right now, 2 mile 4 furlong race. If I set myself like a limit of saying, if I go in early, then I can take smaller trade or a smaller profit, because if I limit myself to only having that open trade for just for 15 seconds, for 20 seconds, or 1 minute, right, in early stages of a 2 mile 4 furlong race, the odds don't move much, but they move enough for you to make a nice profit. Okay. So you can see now number 9's at the front there. So it may, boom, see, comes down 2-3 ticks. Like, see that? So that would be worth the risk, because it comes down 3-4 ticks there, and it's only in the first, like, you know, if you open for like 30, 40, 50 seconds, then that's worth it. Okay. So again, so it's all about how you sort of position your risk in terms of what you're willing to do, right? So had I gone in here at 9.2, then this year would have done very nice profit, even just for £10, right? So that kind of thing is important to be aware of. So it looks like this big city roller is chasing him here in the back. So right now, for example, if I were to sit here and scalp like 1 tick at a time, that probably wouldn't be worth the £10 stake, because if this one here has a duffer and he fumbles at a hurdle, then he basically loses the whole £10, because the price will go up to sort of 11, 12, 13, 14, and it won't come back down again unless he wins, right? Whereas in the beginning, in the first 20 seconds there, you saw there was a clear, it went from like 9.2 down to like sort of 6.4. And that would have been worth it, because that would have been a significant risk versus reward. Because you could have got out very quickly, right? Even maybe before the first hurdle, right? So again, it's all about what your perceived risk versus reward is, okay? I'm just going to check when the next race is here, just in case I can. Okay, it's got 8 minutes. So if I was doing this here on my own now in my regular trading, I'd be pumping these two here hard on both the lay side and the back side, just scalping out over and over and over again, right? But as we spoke about many times, I'm trying to do this here as a beginner. I'm trying to trade sort of carefully. I'm trying to trade like just like 1 bet at a time, minimal liability, because that way you can learn how the market moves. So now you can see this one here's at the front again, as it has been all the time. You see the price gradually coming down, because he seems to be running okay. The horse is pulling a bit on the, you can see his head's tilting a little bit, but that's okay. And now if he duffs this jump here, you'll see the price going up here. Oh, see that? He hit the hurdle and the price goes, see that? Straight up, right? It's very predictable. And now you can see if he keeps running well now, the price will come back down again. Okay. So again, right now, it could be a good move for me to go on the backside here just for a few ticks, right? But again, it's not worth the £10 stake in case he fumbles on the next jump again, right? So let's see how he does now on the next hurdle. Oh, that's better. Okay, and while I'm talking, this big city roller has been running better. And now you can see, it looks like this one here is struggling a bit now. See the price goes shooting up. Because Vincenzo here's on the outside. You see here. He didn't take that jump very well. You see this one here is running well as well on the outside. So this here could be worth that £10 right here. Boom, right there now. Because if he comes back down again, see the price coming down, boom, shoots that right down again. So that would have been taken straight away with a £20 tick here. Because the price was up here, I could have backed it there, and the price shot down again here, so that would have been taken. Okay, so you can see how the in-play trading there. If you're comfortable with the risk, then I could have gone in and out there 3-4 times with a £10 stake. Okay, but obviously for this year, the whole point of me is I'm trying to just teach you how to think, how to look and looking for opportunities, right? But unfortunately, it's not. I'm trading as a beginner. It's not worth me losing my £10 there just to kind of have a gamble. I'm trying to look. I'm trying to read. I'm trying to think of it as back testing. Right? You're back testing. Does this strategy work? Oh yeah, that happened. Oh yeah, it happened. Okay, that happened there. Oh yeah, it happened there. Right? That's what you're looking for. And so yeah. So I'll just pop in here again, and we'll see if we can scalp out some profits here. As you can see, only £37,000 match there, so there's not much going on. So I may miss this one here. But it's 2 miles for furlong, so we'll see. So you can see the favourite here has been coming in for a while. See that? It's been slowly coming in. And these two are both. This one here's coming in, so I'm probably going to go on the lay side on this one. I'll see if this comes down and one or two more ticks, then I'll go on the lay side. This one here as well is having a lot of pressure on it here. See it? And there's nothing here sitting. And then it goes back up again. I'm going to go on the lay side here on the favourites and trade the lay side. Because it looks like the favourites are going to be running off from the back. See that? And so that means that when the front runner is identified and the price comes down, then there's going to be a pressure on the favourite here to drift up. Okay. Also, it is at the bottom of the range here, so you can see now, boom, taken, right? A whopping 13 pence. So I'm going to pop on the lay side here on this one here and see if I can take out a longer trade when it comes back up again. Just see if it does. But no, it goes against me, so I'm going to get out here. See if I can get it quickly. Nope, this one here. Okay, I messed up that one, but I did well there because I got out fast. Okay, that was the good thing there. this one here felt like it might do the same as yesterday's trade when it went against me and went against me, but it didn't. I'll go again here on late side because now it's you can see it's a flat line here, it's retracting, and there's more money sitting here now. So we'll see if that gets taken. Nope, too late. See that? Just too late to grab that move there. Let's take that away now because that's not changed. Okay, so now I've got a choice here. Now I've got a way of sort of alleviating this loss here. If I let this go in play, I can risk £3. Okay, and if any horse wins except this one, I win 13 pence. So what do you think? Shall I leave it and risk £3 for 13 pence, or shall I take the 50p loss? There are 9 runners, or I can try and make money back in play. I'll take the loss here and suck it up and go in here like so. Okay. So in this one here, even though I lost money again, right, my scalping has not been good, but it's a victory because I didn't let it go further. I didn't lose more. I didn't double down. I didn't chase the money. I didn't then go, oh my God, I'm going to bet increase on stakes now just to get money back. No. So it was a 50p loss, and that's a completely acceptable loss. Particularly because I think that the last race was 50p profit, was it, I think? And £2 for that, so it's totally acceptable. Particularly because I can potentially make some money back here on in play, right? So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait here now. I'm not gonna trade in the middle bit here because right now between the next like minute or so, all you can do is scalp. Okay, and it may not be worth the risk here to do that. Although this one here, Dan's choice is running really well. So you can see striking out is right at the back. And that seems to be his sort of running strategy because he lined up towards the back. So you see the prices are increasing and increasing. So now, you know, he is the favorite, right? So he probably is going to put in the challenge soon enough. You see now. Do you think this here is a good value bet right now for £10? Because he was the favourite, right? He's right at the back now. He's not running particularly well, but again, for here now, compared to what he was before, he was a 3.75 when the race went off. Do you think he might put in a challenge of some sort, even as a small one, right? Well, shall we find out? I think we should find out. So if I put in a 20 tick here, and the fixed tick is fine because it's a back bet. So if the price comes up here again to 8 now, right, I'm going to go on the backside here. Okay, and you can see the offsets down here. So right now, this here is a complete value bet. Okay, it's a statistical thing of all I have to do is put in somewhat of a challenge. You can see now he's moving up. See that? And the price comes down. And we'll see if he runs just one more good jump and this price will come shooting down. Okay, just give it a second. See that? That's been taken. He's running here. He's still right in the back there. See that? All he has to do is improve. And this one here, just wait 2 seconds. There we go. Okay, so it's right here now. So that was a pure value bet. and a probability of that's very likely to happen. Okay, because when you have a favourite like that, 375, he lined up at the back from the start. He had a couple of runs, just a couple of jumps where he kind of just went a bit sideways, didn't do that well, and now he's obviously going up towards the front. Okay, but right now I'm in, I'm out. Boom, job done. £5. Okay, which is exactly what I was aiming for. And if you watch my last video and so on, where I talk about the liability there, that was a worthwhile swap. That was a worthwhile trade. Okay, so because that means that if you do that twice, then you got a buffer of, you can have a one losing position there and lose the full £10 and you'll be fine. Okay. So anyway, so I'll finish up here now and move on to the next one. I don't want to push my luck and do more on that one there, just in case I mess up. So here we are on the next one. This one's about to go in play, so I'll leave that one alone. I'll go on here to the next one here. Okay. So this one goes off in 5 minutes. So now with the races overlapping, because the next one's going off in like a minute or so, the liquidity here is probably going to be quite poor, because obviously traders are on the other races that are in play. But we'll see what we can do here with this one here. So you see we have a super short price favorite here, and 2 other horses here, and the rest are complete donkeys. So again, these ones here, I'm not a big fan of trading these, particularly with small stakes, because you can see only £10 stakes. If I go in here, it's literally like 2 pence a tick, right? It's just not worth the hassle. Although it's good for practice. So if you want to practice reading the market and not losing a lot of money, then obviously trading a short price favorite with £10 is a good thing to do. So even if you lose, if you lose 20-30p, it's worth the practice of being emotionally involved in the training, in the trade there, but also learning to become emotionally numb, right? That's the whole point here. So to be honest, I might actually leave this one here as well, because the other races are still in play, as you can see in play here. So there's been nothing here on this one. So if I wait until, I may as well move to the next one here, Ludlow, because this one here has got 20 minutes. So that by the time the other races are over, this one here will have all the liquidity. So I'll come back in about 15, 20 minutes. Okay. Okay, so we're back again, and this time at Ludlow, and we have a 15-runner field here, and favorite has 50% of the book. So what I'll do here, I'll pop in a trade. So you can see here at the top of his range here, of this one here, you can see that the 9. There's only £18 there. So I'll pop in trade there to get ahead of the queue. See if this comes back up again. And here you can see this one at the bottom of his range here. So I'm tempted to go on the lay side here just for a longer term trade, just see if I can see if this comes back up again. Okay. Again, because I've been doing okay so far, I'm not going to start taking a bigger loss just because of that. Okay, so I will scratch this here if this goes against me at sort of 9, 6, 6 or 6, 8 there. Okay, see it going against me already, so I'm going to go scratch that. Okay, so my scalping today has been terrible so far, I must admit. Been making a lot of mistakes, but again, when you have a small bank and you're limiting your losses, making mistakes is totally fine. So now here we'll see if this continues to go down. I'll go on the lay side again, because again the favorite has 46% of the book here, right? And it's going to take quite a lot for this horse here to keep coming down, right? So in my gut, it tells me, see that it's going to come back up again, but obviously I did not know that was going to happen, right? So you can see a huge stake in there. Also only 900, but obviously because there was no money sitting there, it took out a big chunk of that. Okay, but anyway. So I'll leave this here, because that's fine. I'll leave that there, because I'm first in the queue. The favourites now come crashing in. So when you get a large stake like that, like I mentioned in the last race, you need to kind of reset a bit. Let the market settle, because when you get a stake like that, which just rumbles the market, it becomes more difficult to read, because you start thinking, well, was that the start of a new trend? Was that the start of a new long-term backing from a bigger, better? And, you just don't know what that was. So you can see now the favourites come back down again. So we'll see what happens here. And at this point here, all I can hope for here really is to try and recover the 70p loss here. Okay, so I made a really bad call on the start, made a loss. Okay, totally fine. Had I gone back on the lay side, I would have got lucky with a big stake, and I would have pushed this position way out again. So I'll leave this here for now. And the favourites continue to come in. I could pop in a little scalp here in front of the 100 there, see if I can get ahead. A scalp of 1 tick. But then again, short price favorite. Is it worth the price? 7p? Not really. So see now it's gone through me again. See that? Right? Get out. And I've acted too slow there again, right? So when that kind of thing happens, right? Shot through me so fast there. What could I do there, right? I reacted pretty quickly, but it went against me. And now I will hang on for a second, so we'll see if it bounces up again. Okay. And over here, I've missed this one here. Okay. So I'll scratch up there. This one's going against me as well here now. You can see a very erratic market. So, what can I do now, right? I've messed up. As simple as that. Okay. I will wait here a few seconds because the favors now is coming quite heavily, and the favor is probably going to bounce back up again for a few ticks. Now I'll push this one back down again. So I will wait there. So you can see now it's retracing. Okay. And we'll see if this one here comes back down again. Certainly looks like it will do. Because now the favor is coming out again. This one's also drifting out, even though it's now stabilizing. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so this one here, I read the market well there, and it came back down again, so that's totally fine. But we are now sitting at a horrible, horrible loss here. And I do have an open stake here, it seems, in this horse here, for some reason. I must have missed that bit. Okay. Yeah, I've got an open stake here. Okay. So I've made a complete hash of this. Okay. But again, that's totally fine. It's no big deal. Because this kind of thing here, I'll now go back and rewatch this. Because I always made a mistake here. Because I still had an open trade here on this one here. I didn't notice at all. So, that kind of thing happens. No big deal. So with that in mind, what I can do now is I can take some play and see if I can recover some of that money. And I'll certainly replay this trade here to see what happened there. Because when you get those kind of erratic markets and it shoots through you, like, you are just kind of going, oh, okay, well, there's nothing I can do now. And there isn't, right? All you can do is damage control, right? And that kind of thing will happen all the time, right? It's always going to happen. But, now that I can see that in the last couple of races, we've had a £5 profit and then a £2 profit and a 70p profit. So this £2 profit here, £2.60 loss here is still too big. But because we've had an okay day so far, then it's not that bad, okay? Had our previous races been like 20p profit, 20p profit, 30p profit, then yeah, this is way too high. And this one here, obviously the market was exceptionally volatile. As you can see here, this one here went from 2.4 all the way back up against 320. That's a huge drift again, right? So it is what it is, right? So again, it's all about composure. It's all about having a long-term plan. So right now, the newbie bit loser trader would now start going, this one, I'm going to do 50 this time around because I'm going to bet 50 instead of 10 and start kind of chase that loss, okay? All I'm trying to do now is I'll trade like normal, and if I can reduce this loss, perfect, okay? If not, that's totally fine. A loss is a loss. It's no big deal. Okay. As you can see, there's no clear favorite as such. I'll keep an eye on the favorite here. He's right here, and so we'll see how he runs. Same as other races. If he doesn't run that well, then the price goes up. Then again, it presents a value proposition, right? And I'll also keep an eye on here. This one here, why not? Okay. This one here is also a think this one here might be right at the back there. So you can see the Marta here. So he's making a move now, so this one here. So now the price is probably going to come down a bit. So again, this could be a point for me to enter. See, he's writing here. But he's being pushed along really hard, which is not a good sign. So the price probably may not come down now. You see he's really pushing. See that? He's really being nudged along really hard. Whereas the favorite here is just cruising. So you can see that price comes shooting down. See that? So right now, I'd probably lay this one here if I was trading normally, because he's running really well, but it's been pushed along for a long time now. So the price comes shooting up again. See that? So you can see there how the price came down and shot back up again. So once you start learning how to read this thing, so it's like reading a book. Obviously, you still get it wrong sometimes, obviously. But anyway, so this one here, I didn't see anything I could do there, so that's fine. So I need to really buck up my scalping here. My scalping is terrible. 260 loss, not good enough. It's very embarrassing, but mistakes happen, so it's no big deal. Okay. As always, guys, with a £2 loss, our previous races we traded, we had a £5.20 profit and a £2.10 profit and an ATP profit. So a £2.60 loss is still too high, but right now today it's okay, it's acceptable, right? But right now I need to make sure I don't do that again, right? Because obviously if I do that again, then that's going to be a problem, because suddenly my losses are again disproportionately too big. Okay. So yep, so you can see here so far 260 profit and then ATP profit, and then the £5 profit there, and then nothing and nothing, and then this one here 260 loss. Okay. So on this one here right now, I need to basically knuckle down and make sure I don't do that again. It's a maiden race and they tend to be quite volatile. So I could look for a drifter, or I could look for a steamer and actually jump on the backside or lay side and just ride the wave, as it were, and try and go for a longer trade. So I could see if I can bring my sort of pre-racing back up to scratch, because the last few today I've not done well at all on the pre-racing, but that's fine. You're always going to have off days, but it's about having the average loss lower than the average win, right? So yes, I'll come back here in a few minutes. You can see there's only £18,000 match, so there's not really nothing I can do right now. So I'll come back in about 5 minutes. Okay, just want to see when the next race is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yes, I'll come back in 5 minutes. Okay. So let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to enter here on the back side on the second favorite here. Just a purely speculative thing, because you can see here that there's been drifting out for quite a while. Okay, so you can see it started off the day on like sort of 2.5, and now it's basically doubled in price, right? And of course, with a field like this here, where there are only basically the first 3 horses, the rest of them are just complete donkeys, right? So it seems disproportionate to what the price started at this morning. Okay. So I'm just going to leave this here. I'm willing to take a £1 loss here for this sort of longer term trade, because obviously if it does come crashing down again to like around about 4s, then that's a £2 profit there. So I'll put my stop loss down here at £1.90 or £2 there, and I'll leave it there, and we'll see how this goes in the long term. Okay, so far it's going well. And so obviously now what I want to see money coming in on the lay side on the favorite, or on basically on this one here as well. These other ones here don't really affect the price that much, so I want lay side bets on this one here and this one here, but we'll see how this pans out. Obviously I've been wrong many times before, so we'll see, but that's my thinking behind it. And of course I'm not going to double down here, so I'll let this run here and see how far it'll go. So with the favorite here starting to drift, you can see here, starting to drift, that's good. So if this £200 here goes, then that'll be a very good sign indeed. And with the 2 minute mark coming now, it's going to be a case of either this goes shooting up or shooting down, right? As we've seen so far in many other races where it's just a massive spike comes in right now, 2 minute mark. And there we go, it comes down, that's ideal. We'll see how far this goes. It's coming down to my position now. It's one little nudge, and I'll be taken. Boom. There we go. Okay, that's good. Now you notice here when this came down, the favorite hasn't moved. See that? Do you think it's going to bounce back up again? Now the favorite's moving. It took a while. Okay. So now it's come down to the 4s. Do you think it's going to bounce back up again? I think it probably will do, but we'll see. See here. Oops. If it comes down to 7.5, I'll probably jump on the lay side. So you can see the favorite now is shooting off. I'm going to try and see if I can see who's going to be the front runner, because that'll obviously affect the price, but the picture's really bad quality. So I'm going to try and reload that, see if I can find a different angle. So you can see now, boom, comes back up again, right? So I should have put my money where my fist, but I was faffing around with that stupid camera. There you go. But anyway, I'm happy with that move there. And so I'm quite happy to just leave this here and go and play. So they are now lining up, or about to line up. So I could have a quick look at see the front runner, see who that's going to be. So let's change this here. And okay, so I'll come back in a few seconds once they're lined up and about to go off. Okay, so they're about to go off now. And you can see the favorite here, their Rocco Inspiration, is nestled in the front there. This one here is kind of stuck in the middle there. So if I was doing regular in my regular trading, I would definitely be laying this one here now to take in play, just to see if I can scalp off tick. Because if he does get locked in the middle there, then that's going to have an effect on him. And there's a 2 mile, 3 furlong race, so this one here I could definitely scalp off a few ticks of profit right in the beginning, if that's applicable. On the assumption that I'm not going to let it run for no more than 60 seconds, okay, and then I'll get out regardless. Because obviously in the beginning here, the price doesn't move too much, and so you can't scalp it, okay. With the understanding that you get out. If you leave it and leave it and leave it, then if the price goes against you, then you're up a certain creek, right? So that's the only exception I would make to the rule of that I said before, where I said, you know, £10 liability, take a minimum of £5 profit. That doesn't count. That does not count when I'm talking about this here, where you're scalping early on, when it's a longer race, because those, you know, the 2 mile 3 furlongs, they'll last for sort of 3-4 minutes, and so the first minute or so, the price stays fairly stagnant unless the horse, you know, falls or does something really stupid. Okay. So again, so it's all about the risk versus reward and what you're willing to do, and as long as you're sticking to the rules, then that's all fine. But you make up your own rules depending on your trading style. That's the thing, right? It depends on your trading style. So you can see here now the Mount, this one, Mount Sinai, is right here, I believe. So when they go off now, if he kind of gets stuck in the middle there, I would assume the price is going to go up a little bit, and then I might back it when it comes back down again. Or just scalp off like a couple of ticks. But we'll see how this pans out. Just going to check when the next race is, just in case there's an overlap. Yes, in 6-7 minutes there. So that's Carlisle. It's got more volume there. And they're off. So we'll see how this horse here does. So you can see the prices aren't really moving that much. Okay. But you can certainly scalp them off here. So you could just scalp this one 3-4 times already. You can just scalp that one here 3-4 times already. Can't really see where the horses are. I've lost sight of them. Oh, so I think the favourite must have messed up there. Okay, so I've checked the form of Lucky Viv right here, and on time form he's always finished in the top 6 or so. So he's obviously a contender for actually making a move. So I'll keep an eye on this one here because obviously at odds of 5, that's quite a nice price in terms of just like a move, as it were. So if I put this here to 20 ticks, and so I'll keep an eye. I think he's there, is he? Okay, so you can see Lucky Viv now is increasing in price. He's sitting right here. So again, this point here, if it goes up to 7/8, again, I can do the same as last time because he's looking like he is running okay. Okay, so we're coming up to the second last now. See the price is way up here now. Okay, so now you can see, had I gone there, then poof, that would have matched already, because you can see the lucky moves right here. But the problem is I couldn't actually see them because they're all so mucky. I couldn't see the colors. So I think this is one here, but it could be this one here. But it looks like it's this one here, yeah. Okay, so you can see there, right? You know, but honestly, I couldn't actually see who it was. I knew it was one of these two, but I just couldn't see which one it was. So, but anyway, okay, so enough of that. So we got £2 profit, so I'm happy with that. So we'll push on to the next race here. And the next one's going off in 1 minute, so I probably can't trade the pre-race, but I can certainly take it in play and see what we can do. When's the next one going off? Okay, so I'll just watch the one here for a few seconds and then change the next race, just in case I spot something here. 2 mile for furlong, so this one again you can definitely scalp this one here. So I may scalp this one here just for a few ticks, just see if I can do that. So you can see this one here is at the front there as well. So the Hello Judge. So like I said before, guys, with £10 liability on the backside, if you're scalping here, if he falls, you lose £10. And only scalp in the first sort of 6 seconds. After that, the price will start coming down as the race goes on and on and on. Okay, so this does go against what I said before about taking a £10 and only taking a minimum of £5 profit. But it's okay if it's early in the race because of the fact that you can get in and out, and the price doesn't change that much unless the horse fumbles or does something silly. Okay, so it's all about having that risk versus reward that you're happy doing and you understand what's happening. Okay. Although I might just move on to the next race because they're taking a while to go off. So this one goes off in about 9 minutes. And if you are going to go in play, guys, especially on any kind of hurdles, try not to have any open bets waiting to be matched before a jump, particularly on the backside. Okay, because that obviously means that if the horse fumbles and that means the price shoots up, your price gets taken, and then you're going to be in trouble. So if I were to place a back bet here now on 7-6, and I was waiting, and the horse jumped and fumbled, the price will shoot up to like 10, 13, 14, and your price is gone, you're matched, and you're very likely to lose £10, okay? So try not to have an open waiting bet before a hurdle jump. So it requires quite a bit of discipline to go in and out, and also monitor what's happening where they are. But again, that's all part of the training, right? Oh, come on, will you just go off already? Okay, so they're off. So you can see Hello Judge is right at the front there. This one here. Oh. Hello Judge did not land well. So now I can go on the backside here and scalp out with 2 ticks there. But again, it's risky because if he falls there, right? So he's doing well now. Okay, so the prices are going up as he's being overtaken. But now you can see here, you can quite safely now scalp here, back and forth, right? But again, see the next jump coming up, so make sure you get out to that position before. If you're on the lay side, it's not that big a deal because obviously at this point here the price doesn't change much. But if you're on the back side and then he jumps poorly, then you're in trouble. But anyway, now it's been a minute, so I'm just going to exit here and move on to the next one. So I'll just pop out here. And I'll see if I can do some actual scalping, because my scalping has been really poor today. So I want to see if I can correct that. Although I had that £2, £20, £2.20 movement. That was quite nice. And so let's see what we can do here. Okay, so I'll come back in about 2 minutes, okay? It's just once the liquidity picks up. Okay, so we're back on the 2 minute mark here, and the prices are about to explode. As you can see, big money comes in at 2 minute mark and sends the market haywire. And you see massive traded ranges here, so who knows what's going to happen. If this comes down to the bottom's range, I'll go on the lay side. I'll try and just trade the long swings on this one here. See if they come down to the bottom ranges, I'll just go on the opposite way and see if we can trade this kind of swings up and down. So you see this one here now, up and down, up and down. This one here is crashing in as well. Huge traded range. These ones here, they're always very awkward when they're like this, because you just don't know where the market's going to go. There's no real indicators as such, apart from the current movements, and that is up and down, up and down, up and down. So that's the only real indicator as such, right? So you can see this one here is settled now, and there's no money on the lay side, see that? So given that it's been so volatile, it's probably going to come back up again. So we'll see how this goes. See, there's no money here at all. So even just like 100, 200 pounds will have pushed that up. But now it seems to be changing. But I'll hang tight a few seconds. I'll scratch that off just to be sure. This one here is now at the bottom of his range. Okay, well, not much I can do this one. Very erratic. And we'll just bring this over here. We'll see what we can do here on the in-play. Let's see. All right, they're off and raising. See, this one here is going on a walkabout. Don't know where he's going. Let's check on the next races. Okay, as you can see, the price now is shot up for this horse right here, which is in third. So again, to me, this here represents quite a good value bet there. Because again, all you do is up nines again. All you have to do is catch up a little bit, because he was being pushed along there. But you see now, price poof, back down again. See that? It's like clockwork, right? So we'll see that comes back up again here. See that? Back down again. Now it's coming up. Yep, I should have put my money where my mouth is there, not hesitated in talking to you guys. See, the favourite is actually shafted there in the corner. Anyway, okay, so I missed a golden opportunity there to scalp off another £10 or £5, sorry. But again, that's all part of it, right? So jump in here. Cool. So I'll come back here in 2 minutes and see if I can do better this time. Okay, so we're back again for yet another race. Favourites are starting to drift off quite heavily. Actually, there's no money here at all, see that? So it's probably going to keep drifting, I think. We'll see how these other horses react. Because you can see these other ones here haven't really come in much. Just come back down again. And again, for me to lay this one here or back it, it's not really worth, because it's only like sort of 2-3 pence per tick. So I'm going to focus my attention on these ones here. So I could pop in here and have a bet waiting there. So if it comes down here, I'll scalp off right at the bottom of this range there. And I could do a quick scalp here as well on 5/8, because it's just sitting in the middle. I'll keep an eye on the 2-minute marker, because obviously at the 2-minute mark, then the price fluctuates drastically, so I can't shoot through my position here. But this one here should be taken. There's only £38 there, so my position's obviously there. So one little bet here, and that should be scratched off. But boom, goes against me again. It's always so frustrating when that happens. So I'll try and scratch it off straight away. Oop. Do the full amount. Although the favourite is now drifting down, so that should put pressure on this one to come back up again. But I'll just scratch it off. My scalping's been crap today, so yeah, I need to be careful not to make more mistakes. You're always going to have days when you're just like sitting here and you're clicking and everything's just going wrong, right? That's always going to happen. You can see there's no relay money coming in there at all. It's so frustrating. But now you can see, now the 2 minute mark's coming up, then now the market's going to pick up quite heavily. And I did not take my position out there, see that? I was just about to, but I didn't. So now, hopefully I'll get lucky here, and this one will come back up again. If not, I'll just take that small loss there, scratch it off. Not even going to think about it, just scratch it. This one here's not drifting off. Both is coming in here, so this one here is going to keep drifting, I think. This one here. We'll see if that works out. You can see the favorite and the second favorite are both coming in, right? So that means this one here has to keep drifting. And you can see there's no money here at all. See that? So I probably will actually take this away. No, I'll leave it there. See, now going against me again, right? Despite the fact that this one's coming in, this one's coming in. It's stalled now, obviously, as you can see. But I'll leave this here for now and see how this pans out. I've been too slow. And now I'm sitting here just waiting, which is not good. I need to be faster, so boom, take it out, scratch. Okay, take the loss. Remember, our goal is to keep our losses under £1. Okay, so this is still technically acceptable, even though I'm trading really badly. But that's the whole point, right? The whole point of this playlist here is to teach you to have discipline, to teach you to take the losses. When you have losses, and you just take it, right? You don't sit there and whinge and complain and just hang in there. You scratch it. And I'll see if I can scratch off a quick scalp here on this one here, because it's at the bottom of range. The last 20 seconds before the off, the prices tend to stabilize. And I'll do the same here on this one, I think. Just see if I can scalp off one quick tick before the off. But it looks like I might have missed it. Yeah. Okay, so I'll flip over here to the in play. We'll see what we can do here. So only five furlongs, so I need to be very quick on my reactions here. So I'm looking at stall 7, this one here. So he's shooting off there. So I should have gone in there, but I was too slow. Let's see how it spreads out. See the favors there. No, not worth the risk. Okay, so I'll just scratch this one here and move on. Okay, so another small loss there. And I'll move on to the next one here. Okay, so only 31,000 matched, so I'll probably skip this one here and see if I can go to the Carlisle one instead. Although this one is a 3 mile race, I could definitely scalp that. Okay. So I'll just go ahead here and jump on the lay side on this one. I'll scalp out on a laying bias. And I'll pop in a trade here at 6.2 just to get ahead of the queue. But I will exit these trades here right now because obviously the 2 minute mark's coming up and I don't have an open position like I did last time. So I'll see what happens here at 2 minute mark. The big money should arrive right now. There we go. This one's crashing in. Favorites coming out a little bit. Pop in a trade there, and I'll pop in a trade here as well. Just missed it. Favorites crashing in. This one's just sitting here stagnant. It's now coming to my position here. This one's coming in as well. They're all coming in. That can be possible. This one's crashing out though. Poor horse being bullied. This one's now being matched in a second. So the bottom is range here, so I can leave this a few seconds here. And oops, I've got the 20 tick offset on, so I'll pop this in here. Take this away. But again, it's going against me here. So I'll scratch that real quick. Again, be ruthless with the scratching, just get out. If you get it wrong, you get it wrong, that's totally fine. And now it's going against me again. I've been too slow. Try there. Okay, that's good. Still under £1, so I'm happy with that. Although I'm not happy losing, so it's still very annoying. So this one here's a 3 mile race. Okay, so this one here I will scalp on the backside this time. I keep saying I will, but I never actually do it. So this one here I will do. So I'll scalp 2 ticks at a time. So this one is 3 miles. Okay, so in the first like 90 seconds it's quite safe to scalp with the assumption that the horse doesn't fall or make a big mistake. So that's why it's ideal to get in and out in between the race, in between the hurdles. Okay. So you see these two here, this one here, and this one's are looking at like sort of 2 front runners there. That's what's the favorite, so we'll see which one takes the lead. So I'll pause the video here. I'll come back in a few seconds once they've lined up. Okay, the flag is raised. And they're off. Okay. So I'll see how they do on the first hurdle, and then I'll go and do a quick scalp. So I'm watching this horse here. No, you did okay. So I'll pop in there for a quick scalp there. See, now I've got the trade open there. I've got the trade open there. That's not good. Okay, that's not a good move at all. So now you can see I'm in a very delicate position, right? Because now I'm basically just kind of stuck here. This one has now crashed out, as you can see, because it duffed up the last hurdle. But like I said, you do have time here. Okay, your time is on your side. Okay, so I will wait here a few seconds. There we go. So we did okay there again. Okay, so I'll go on the backside here again because you jumped okay there. Just missed that one. See that? Just missed it. So I'll pop in here, I think, for a quick scalp. See if I can take him before the next hurdle. I'll take that away. So you can see I'm watching him here, okay? Favorites, is that the favorite? Yeah, favorites cruising along there. So you jumped well there. So I'll see if I can get in there. Just missed it again. See that? Nope. So I try and try to get out there. So just came to get that. Good. Okay. See now it's falling behind. Price going to shoot up. And again, see this here? Do you think this represents value? Ooh, it's tempting because he's not running too badly. He's coming back up again, so definitely jumping here. And I just missed it. See that? So when that kind of thing happens, you know, it's so frustrating. I definitely need to work on my reaction times because I saw that happening a good few seconds before that happened, right? So. So we'll see if we can do that again here. So price of 19. It's being nudged along a little bit now, though. It seems like it may actually be struggling. So same here now for the favorites. See how his price is shot up. And now this one you're going back down again. See that? What was the favorite? He was like 3.5. Again, do you think this here is value right now? With the favorites is there. See how he jumps this one here. Ah, okay. No, he stuffed it. He's really being pushed along now. This one here, though, see that? It's now inside here. So he was way up here, so up at 20s, right? So again, it's all about grabbing those value bets when they come in. So now he's at the front here. The favourite is back up again here now, so it looks like he might actually be in play. So I will go on the backside here on this one here, see if I get taken, because he's certainly running really well. And only £4 got taken. Just missed it again, but you know, there's a couple of quid there. So that's fine, I'll just take it out there. So if you replay that, you will see that only a fraction of my bet got taken. But I was quick enough, but I just missed it. Okay. Anyway, so that mind, I'll just quickly get out of this here now. I'll move on to the next one here. I really need to get my scalping game on and go here because I think I only made like £3 from the scalping today, or £2.20 or something, which is not good enough at all. This one here I might have to miss out because there's only 1 minute left. I'll see if I can spot anything that pops out, but I don't want to continue losing my profits on the scalping side. I'm just looking at charts here on my other screen. So favourite's completely flat. This one here has been drifting out quite heavily. But with 30 seconds on the clock here, about to go off, so I'm just going to skip ahead to the next one, I think. 2 short price favourites. Not a fan of those. This one as well. I'll just skip to the next one here. Okay, so I'll come back in about 5 minutes and trade this one here. Because these 2 short price ones here, they should bounce off each other. And that does represent some opportunities to do some dip trading or some reversal. Okay, so yeah, I'll come back in about 5 minutes. Okay, so we're back again, and with 4 minutes left on the timer here. We'll see what we can do. See, we've all got really small trade ranges. But so far today, almost every scalp I've made have been wrong. So I'm going to try and reverse myself here and do the opposite of what I would normally do. Okay, because some days the markets just move in certain ways, and so you need to try and adjust, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can spot something that I would normally do, and then do the opposite. Just for a bit of fun, see if that will work. So you can see the liquidity is much higher now, which is great. So here, I'm going to go on the backside, because normally here we're going lay side, but you can see the money's pushing down here. It looks like it might come through the freeze now. So normally I'd go on the lay side there and scalp off a tick on the lay side, but I've been wrong all day today. So I'll go on the backside and see if the price comes through. And so far it's looking like it is, because you can see now there's 1,000 being matched here on the backside. So it looks like this may come pushing through now. And this one here is drifting, which is a good sign. You see more and more money being matched on the freeze, so that's come down. Boom, bingo. And that's continuing. And here we can see this one here is drifting off. And the favourite hasn't stalled here. Just going to listen to the audio and see if there's anything being said here. And with 10 seconds on the clock until the 2 minute mark, I'll hang fire and see what happens when the 2 minute mark comes. 2, 1, and flurry of bets coming in. There we go. This one races out. I'll jump on the backside here, see if I can scalp off 2 ticks. Boom, job done. That was really quick. You have to rewind that one. Very erratic indeed. I think there's a horse being kicked here by another horse. So number 1 here, this year, Outlaw Peter's got kicked by another horse. So it'll be interesting to see if that price just gets nudged out now. But it looks okay. So just continue to crash in. Setting a resistance point here. For this to keep going, this one has to come out as well. And with only 50 seconds on the clock here, it's probably going to bounce back up again, I reckon. As you can see now, it's bouncing back up again. That's fine. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and scratch this off here. And pop this here. And yes, I'll come back in a few seconds here. When they go off, I'll just quickly check when the next race is. 10 minutes. Okay, so yeah, I'll come back in about 30 seconds, okay? Okay, so we'll see how this goes here. These ones here can be a bit more tricky because you can see there's only what, five runners, and they're all, you know, apart from one here, they're all quite, you know, evenly matched in price. So when they go in play, that will have an effect on how the odds move as normal. So we'll see what we can do. As you can see, Outlaw Peter is lining towards the front there. And so is a Supreme Gift. Let me just quickly see here. So 10 minutes, we've got 9 minutes here on them. Cool, so they're about to go off. And they're off. See this one here, duff that jump there. So I'll just pop on. I'm going to go on the backside there, but I'll wait for one more hurdle. So you got 19 jumps in this one, 17 to go. Oof, duffed that one. So you can see the Outlaw one completely duffed that one up there. So again here, now, do you think this is presented value here? Right here now, you see. But he's not that far behind, right? So again now is like 9s and 10s. So see here now, this is the favorite here, right? So again, look at this value here. That's insane value, right? So I'm definitely going to backside here. Because now if he comes back again, see that? So now if he comes back down here again, then that's a huge potential there. So, but I'm gonna stick to the £5 here, just so I can get that, so to secure that, okay? Because there's no point taking unnecessary risks. But you can see there, right? So that's such a simple trade, so simple, and that kind of thing happens all the time. The favorite, you know, because he was down here at 3s, right? Duffs just one little hurdle, price goes boom, shooting up, and then in between the next hurdle, when he catches up again, because he has to catch up again, the price comes down again, right? And you can see now, even now, the price is still high, so it's quite incredible. But see how it jumps this one here. So now what I could do is take the £6 and put the £6 back in again and trade the same again, right? Because obviously if I do a £6 here, then if I lose, I'm not losing anything, right? So we're jumping well. So right now, so again, I could now put £6 in here, like so. Okay. I'm not taking that again now, but I can put £6 in there and just keep trading that down and down and down, right? Now you can see he's jumped up well, so now the price comes down again. But what I'll do here, I'll scratch this off here and move on to the next one here. You know, so what I recommend, guys, is when you get a nice profit like that, just keep it, okay? Don't push your luck, because it's very easy to get excited, right? So from here, you know, if this was just me now, normally I'd definitely be trading that more. But the thing is, I want to keep things real. So whenever you get a nice profit like that, right, then keep it. Okay, don't jump in with more stakes and go more and more, because you can do there. You could definitely trade there with £6, because if you lose it, you've lost nothing. It's a scratch, right? But I'll move on to the next one here, and we'll keep pushing forward. Okay. And so this one here, we have 11 runners. Yeah, okay. So the market should pick up in a second. So we've got two short price favorites here. So that means that these two are going to bounce off each other. Trade ranges are huge, as you can see, right? Which does make a problem here for this one here. So it's probably quite erratic. So we'll see how this works out. Like I said in the last race there, my scalping today has been really bad, or my pre-race trading, sorry, has been really, really bad. So I'm keen to get a few more correct ones before we finish today. Although I'm getting pretty tired, so I might make this my last one today, I think. But there's no liquidity coming in, because the race is still going on the last one. So we'll see what happens here. So you can see some money coming in for favorites here. So it's coming crashing in. Bang on the 2 minute mark, as always. So the favorites coming in as well. So yeah, it's going to be fairly erratic, I reckon. We'll jump on the late side on the favorites, just to see if I can trade the bounce here, because it's probably going to be erratic, up and down, up and down. So see what happens here. I'll scratch that if I can. Missed that one. Scratch there. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Favorites now hitting the 4 here, so I will jump on the late side here, because that's probably going to bounce back a bit. See if I can scratch off there to minimize the loss. It's probably going to go against me again, it looks like. See the favorite now, this one here is now coming through the 4s. This one's been taken, that's good. So that's half my loss there. I think this one here will come down again, down past the 4s. See if there's any resistance here. Yep. But it looks like I might keep going. This one here is coming as well. They are now loading and about to go off. So I'll just take the small loss here. And yeah, my scalping is terrible today. Or my pre-race trading. Let's see what we can do here. So let's have a look at Blessed Boy. Blessed Boy install 9. And Parvaz install 8. So this is a mile race. So we'll see who lines up towards the front. On these races here, I like to back bet the ones that are on the outside going into the final turn. Those are my favourite ones to back because you can see them coming a mile off. They're going around. The ones in the pack, they're quite hard to judge because they're not really moving forward. They're not sort of pushing onwards. But the ones who go on the outside, you can see them going for it and they're moving past horses. So this one here, I'm gonna go ahead and half my stake here because this is gonna be my last trade today. And the last thing I want to do, I don't want to blow my profit today on one last race. There's nothing more annoying than when that happens. You know, you're sitting in for hours and you've been sort of working, as it were, and then you blow all your profits in the last race of the day. Because, you know, you do get tired, right? So you can see Parvaz is stuck in the middle there. So Blessed Boy is on the outside, I think. So with the price coming out. Let's see. I'm looking at this one here. It's been nudged along already. No, it's nowhere near. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I'll just take the 14 pence loss there. That's fine. So guys, with that in mind, you can see here that today it's been okay. Like I've made a nice profit. That's good. But also my scalping my pre-race has been not good at all, right? And so you can see here now, if I bring up my profit and loss here real quick. Yeah, there we go. Okay. As you can see here today, obviously the last race isn't on here, so you can add on an extra 14p loss. But this here is, you know, it's pretty good, right? So £14. And the cool thing now is the fact that now our balance is over 1,000. Now we can adjust this so that now we can move our stake, our £10 stake, to £10 and 11p, right? Or 11 is whatever 1% is of that, right? So you can make it to £11 and 19 pence. Okay. So if you do this, right, bring up the calculator and just do, oops, where's it gone? So if you want to find out your new highest stake, you can go here to 1011.18 times 1. Okay, so £10 and 11p. Okay, so that means that now we can actually move our minimum stake up to £10 and 11p, right, which makes it more fun because that means we start slowly numbing our feelings and we're slowly increasing our stakes. Okay, but yeah, I'm really tired now. My brain's fried. I've got a headache, so I'm gonna stop for the day. So you can see here, guys, this mines way out here, that was unfortunate, but you saw yourself, you know, the price was really fast, and I just didn't react in time. Okay, my bad. And then I had another trade that went really bad as well, so I had 2 poor trades on that one here. price went against me, no big deal, okay. The good thing here was the fact that on these other ones, I limited the losses. I was very fast, I was in and out, I made lots of bad choices, but I was quick, boom, cut the loss, move on, okay. So that means that gives me an allowance to recoup that, or to simply make another trade and to regain that. So you can see here, good strike rate, right? Out of 10, I did 10 races, got 3 wrong because the 14p loss I made in the last one hasn't shown here yet. See if I can click on here again. Not yet. So overall that's good, right? So that means that my overall my average profit is much higher than my average losses, and that's half the battle, right? So yes, I'm happy with this. And if I go here now and bring this back to the last from was it 20th? From 20th, when we started, right? Again, here you can see, ignore the football ones here, that's not important. And here you can see, so right now we're sitting at £11 profit, right? Obviously not a great deal for what's been 6 days, right? But the point is, guys, you're not losing, right? That's the point. And you're learning, and you're actually having practical hands-on trading experience without losing money. That's very, very valuable. So this here, guys, this £11.34 pence profit here represents potentially thousands for you, because how much have you lost in the last year or two? How many times have you sat there agonizing over yourself, holding your hands in your head, going, why did I do that? That was just a stupid thing to do, where you double down to try and regain the losses, right? So you can see this £11 here represents potentially thousands in losses that you were normally made because you didn't have that same kind of slow progressive learning, okay? And now I can increase my stakes to £10 and 11p, right? And slowly but surely the profits increase, right? That's the whole point here. And now you can see, particularly today, right? My kind of average profits now, say £3 and £3 and £2 and £5 and £2 and £2 and £5. Before, right? If I go to the next page here, right? Before it was like, it was 10p, 20p, 30p, right? It was much, much lower, but slowly, just notice how they're getting larger and larger, right? That's the beauty of it. So anyway, guys, with that in mind, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Any comments, leave them below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm only going to do 1 or 2 more of these videos here because they're too long, and obviously I don't want to bore you guys to death, right? So I'll trade probably a total of 50 trades total, and so I'll probably have 1 or 2 more videos, and then that'll be it for the series here, and then we'll move on to other topics for the horse race trading. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you inside the community. Okay, cheers, guys.